Are you prepared for a SHTF crisis in the city? That's the million-dollar question we're delving into today. Welcome to our video, Urban Prepping Strategies for City Dwellers in Crisis. This is an essential guide for all urbanites bracing themselves for the unexpected. Living in the city can be a double-edged sword, especially when disaster strikes. The conveniences of city life can quickly become liabilities in crisis situations. We're talking about challenges like densely populated areas, reliance on public infrastructure, and limited access to natural resources. These unique hurdles require unique solutions. Our goal here is to equip you with practical and budget-friendly strategies tailored to urban environments. We aim to address potential crises like economic collapse, food shortages, and power grid failures. So strap in and get ready to explore the concrete jungle of urban prepping. Together, we'll navigate these challenges and set you on the path of preparedness. So let's navigate these concrete jungles together and prepare for the unexpected. Urban prepping doesn't have to be expensive. It's about being smart with your resources. Now, isn't that a relief? As we delve into urban prepping, we need to understand that being prepared doesn't mean you have to empty your bank account. It's all about strategic planning, resourcefulness, and prioritizing. Let's kick off with survival gear. Now, we aren't talking about high-tech gadgets that cost an arm and a leg. Basic gear like a reliable flashlight, a multi-tool, a good quality backpack, and a first aid kit are essentials. Look for quality over brand names. A sturdy, no-frills item can serve you just as well, if not better, than its expensive counterpart. Next, let's talk about your stockpile. Start with the basics: food, water, and sanitation supplies. Canned goods, dry mixes, and other shelf-stable foods are not only cost-effective, but also long-lasting. Remember, variety is vital for both nutritional balance and morale. Water is another crucial element of your stockpile. The rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day for at least 3 days. Water purification tablets or filters can be a lifesaver when tap water is no longer safe to drink. Sanitation supplies are another essential that people often overlook. Items like toilet paper, soap, and garbage bags might not seem important now, but they will be in a crisis. The key to budget prepping is to start small and build up over time. Every time you go grocery shopping, pick up an extra can of food or a bottle of water to add to your stockpile. Over time, these small additions will add up to a substantial supply. Also, don't forget to rotate your stockpile. Use the oldest items first and replace them with new ones. This way, nothing goes to waste, and you always have a fresh supply. Finally, remember that knowledge is the most valuable resource. Learning skills like first aid, basic repairs, and urban foraging can be more valuable than the most expensive gear. Plus, it's free. With the right budget strategy, you can be well prepared without breaking the bank. So let's start prepping smart city dwellers. In a crisis, food becomes a precious commodity. Let's ensure you never run out. Securing a food supply in an urban environment may seem daunting, but with the right strategies, it's entirely feasible. In fact, it's an essential part of urban prepping. So, where do we start? With planning. First, determine how much food you need. Consider your daily caloric needs and the number of people in your household. Also, think about dietary restrictions. This will help you create a food plan that is both sustainable and nutritious. Next, let's talk about stockpiling. This isn't about hoarding, but rather about smart and ethical accumulation of food resources over time. Choose non-perishable foods with long shelf lives such as canned goods, dry goods like rice and pasta, and freeze-dried meals. Remember, diversity is key to a balanced diet, but what happens when grocery store shelves are empty and food deliveries are disrupted? This is where urban homesteading comes into play. Yes, you heard it right, urban homesteading. It's possible to grow your own food even in a concrete jungle. Consider container gardening, vertical gardening, or even indoor hydroponics. From herbs to leafy greens, there are numerous crops that can thrive in an urban setup. Preservation is another essential aspect of food security. Learn how to can, freeze, and dehydrate food. These skills not only ensure you have food for lean times, but also help reduce food waste. And let's not forget about foraging. Many cities have edible plants growing in plain sight. Learn to identify them, but remember to forage responsibly and sustainably. Lastly, remember that food security isn't just about having enough to eat. It's also about ensuring access to safe and nutritious food. Always store food properly to prevent contamination and spoilage. In an urban environment, food security can present unique challenges. However, With proper planning, smart stockpiling, urban homesteading, food preservation, and foraging, you can navigate these challenges and ensure a stable food supply for you and your loved ones. Food security is possible, even in the concrete jungle. What would you do if the lights went out? Let's help you prepare for that. Imagine a typical day in your city life interrupted by a power grid failure. The hustle and bustle of the city suddenly plunges into darkness. Streetlights, traffic signals, and the hum of everyday electronic devices all shut off. The reality is, a power grid failure is a potential crisis we could face, and it's crucial to prepare for such an eventuality. So, how do we maintain essential services amidst a blackout? The first step is to identify what these services are for you. For most, this would include access to clean water, sanitation, heating or cooling, and refrigeration for perishable foods. Once you've identified these, consider how you can run them without the main power grid. Portable generators, solar chargers, and battery-operated devices can be invaluable assets in these situations. Now, generating alternative power is not just about keeping your lights on, it's also about ensuring you have a means to cook and preserve food. Propane stoves and coolers can be a great help. But remember, always use propane devices in well-ventilated areas to avoid carbon monoxide buildup. Staying connected is another challenge during a power grid failure. But it's not impossible. A hand crank or solar-powered radio can keep you updated with news and emergency broadcasts. Similarly, a fully charged power bank can keep your mobile device running for a while. Here's a pro tip. Always keep your devices charged and have a backup battery or power bank at the ready. After all, your smartphone can be a lifeline, providing you with important information and a way to reach out for help if needed. And finally, remember that knowledge is power. Educate yourself about the common causes of power grid failures and the signs that one may be imminent. This way you can take proactive steps to mitigate the impact on your life. Remember, even in the darkness, you have the power to survive. In times of crisis, a strong community can make all the difference. As we journey through the concrete jungle of urban prepping, it's clear that survival isn't an isolated endeavor. It's about building bridges, fostering relationships, and creating a network of resilient, like-minded individuals. Imagine having a community that shares the same dedication to preparedness. Picture a network of individuals who can lend a hand, offer advice, and provide support during challenging times. This is the power of the urban prepping community. Social media platforms can play a significant role in establishing these connections. Using the hashtag #UrbanPrepping, you can reach out to fellow urban preppers, exchange ideas, and learn from each other's experiences. It's a virtual town square for the modern survivalist, a space where you can share your triumphs, your setbacks, and your insights. Maybe you've devised a clever way to store extra water in a small apartment. Perhaps you found a cost-effective solution to power outages, or you could have discovered a hidden gem of a location for foraging food in the city. Whatever the case may be, your experiences are valuable, and sharing them can empower others. But it's not just about giving, it's about receiving as well. The community is a wellspring of knowledge, brimming with practical tips, ingenious hacks, and insightful advice. It's a place where you can find answers, gain insights, and discover new strategies to enhance your urban prepping journey. Remember, in the face of crisis, our strength lies in our unity. The urban prepping community is one of camaraderie, resilience, and shared wisdom. It's a beacon of hope in uncertain times, a testament to the indomitable spirit of survival. So reach out, connect, and engage. Use the hashtag #UrbanPrepping and become part of the conversation. Share your journey, learn from others, and contribute to the collective wisdom of the community. You're not alone in this journey. Let's build a resilient urban prepping community together. The urban jungle might be unpredictable, but with the right strategies, you can thrive. We've walked through the concrete corridors of city life, exploring the unique challenges and opportunities that come with urban prepping. We've discussed budget-friendly strategies that make preparedness accessible, no matter your financial situation. We've delved into the importance of securing your food supply and creating a resilient urban homestead. We've looked at the possibility of power grid failures and shared tips on maintaining essential services and staying connected. And we've emphasized the power of community, urging you to connect with fellow urban preppers and learn from their experiences. Each of these insights is a stepping stone towards resilience in the face of uncertainty. They are the keys to not just surviving, but thriving in the urban jungle. Stay prepared, stay vigilant, and remember, city survival starts here.